Hey everyone, hope you guys are doing well today. Hope your week's started off strong. Hi everyone, I hope you're having a good week so far. Just want to take a few minutes to go over the expectations for this week and then also talk to you a little bit about this next major assignment that we are preparing for. So for this week, we are going to continue talking about interpersonal relationships. And so you will need to read chapter 6, which is on the interpersonal communication process. And then we have 2 assignments that you need to complete as well. So when you're looking at the chapter about interpersonal communication, there are a few things that I want you to take away from that. I want you to understand exactly what is an interpersonal relationship and what is the impact that our emotional reactions and the way that we react to triggers can impact communication in that relationship. Because those reactions that you're going to be learning about, they create patterns in the relationship. And so we're going to be spending the next few weeks talking about what those patterns in relationships look like. This is actually one of my most favorite units because I feel like that what you're going to learn in this unit can have a direct impact on all of your relationships, whether it be at home, at school, at work. You'll be able to take things from this unit and apply it directly to the communication that you have with other people. And we all know that we all have relationships of some kind. And even if it's a small group of people that you consider to be your closest relationships or a large group of people, we engage in relationships all the time. And they tell us something about ourselves. We learn about ourselves through relationships. We help others learn about themselves. But one of the things that we have to be aware of are the patterns of communication that exist in these relationships. And does this pattern work for the relationship or is it hurting the relationship? So in this kind of foundational chapter about interpersonal communication, you're going to kind of gain an understanding of what patterns look like, and then also what might trigger conflict for you and what your emotional responses might be. And then going forward, I'm going to do different kind of instructional presentations on different theories of interpersonal relationships. And that's what you will use to then write about in your paper. So for this week, let's look at these conflict triggers. So you're going to read about lots of different things that can trigger conflict. And so you need to kind of analyze what triggers conflict for you. And what strategies can you use to manage the conflict? And then also interpersonal relationships and emotions. So I have 2 questions here. You only have to answer one of them, but choose the one that kind of gives you insight into the relationship that you're writing about. So, who has a high degree of emotional intelligence? What can you learn from that? What are some norms for dealing with emotions? How did those impact your relationship? So give that some thought, write a reflection on that, apply it to the conflicts that you're writing about in your interpersonal paper. Let's take a look at the requirements for this paper. This is a big assignment, and it looks like on paper, when you look at this description, that it's just a lot of stuff. It's kind of all over the place. But essentially, we have this broken into major sections. And so let's talk about what each section of the paper looks like. So we're doing this so that you can examine a relationship and understand conflict better and how you respond and things that you could maybe do to improve your own communication. That's kind of the whole point of doing this assignment. So this paper has to focus on an interpersonal relationship with a human being. You've already identified that person, and if anything changes with the person you want to write about, just let me know. You can use a different name if you would like to, but you can't falsify the relationship. So it has to be someone that you're really in a relationship with, but you don't have to use their name. This paper is about 5 to 7 pages. You will use APA in-text citations, and it will have the format of a traditional research paper. So you're going to have an introduction, you're going to have headings over each section, double-spaced, and then all of this identifying information in the upper left corner. Okay, so let's look at the different sections. So first, you're going to have an introduction. This is pretty standard if you've written papers before. You need to, kind of gain the audience's attention. What's the relevance of understanding, this relationship? What's your credibility? What's your whole point of the paper? What's your thesis statement? And then you'll do a little preview. So that's a pretty standard intro for a paper. The first part of your paper is going to be about your case. So this is your case background. This is all of the information about the story specific to the conflict that you're analyzing. So this is why in the first positive communication video, we asked you to tell a story, because you're telling another story now. So you've had some experience with that. So, tell us the story of the conflict, okay? And how the conflict started, how you communicated about it, and how the conflict ended, and what was the impact of that conflict. So that's part one, is the case background. This should be relatively short, about a half a page. The whole paper cannot be all just your whole story, okay? There's got to be an analysis section as well. So this is just a half a page to a page on the background. Then the second part is your theoretical grounding. So this is where you're going to do some of the application. You're going to pick an ethical communication implication. Those are in your survival guide. And you're going to define it, cite it, APA citation, and then you're going to provide an example that is separate from your conflict that describes what the implication looks like in action. So think of the theoretical grounding section of this paper as your opportunity to demonstrate your knowledge. So this section really has nothing to do with your conflict, but rather you are showing that I understand what this ethical communication implication is. I understand the definition, and I can apply it to another example. This example can be hypothetical. It can be about a different relationship. It's very, very, very short, okay? And you're going to do the same thing with communication concepts. So from chapters 5 through 8, you will pick 2 relevant and meaningful communication concepts that relate to your conflict that you're writing about. And again, you will define them, and then you will apply them to an example that is separate from the one that you're actually writing about. So this whole section here is just about demonstrating your knowledge. Part 3 is your actual case analysis. So you will take the ethical communication implication that you identified here, and you will apply it now to your conflict. You don't have to define it again. You don't have to cite it again. You've already done that. But this is where you get into your analysis. So the bulk of your paper should be this section. Okay, what happened and how does it apply? So up until this point, you have introduced the paper. You have set the stage with your conflict. You have demonstrated your knowledge of your ethical implication and also your concepts. And now in this section, you will actually apply it. So you'll answer all of these questions. You'll address these things. You'll identify the ethical dilemma that's present in your conflict. And you'll apply your communication concepts. This is your narrative piece. This is where you begin to make sense of what happened in that conflict. This should be the bulk of your paper. Okay? Then part 4 is your recommendations. So you're going to pick a new communication concept, anything from your textbook, and make a recommendation for yourself. So what could you have done differently? And then you're also going to make a recommendation for the other person that's in the conflict. So one new concept that applies to them, that's something you would do differently and that they should do differently next time. And you have to make that recommendation for both of you. It's not just them that caused the conflict. You probably had a role in it as well. And so what could you do differently? And then the last part is reflection and conclusion. So this is where you will take one of the foundational communication principles and you will talk about how what you learned from this conflict relates to one of those principles. And then you'll give the conclusion. So again, set the stage with your case description, demonstrate your knowledge by identifying your ethical implication and your concepts and defining those. Then you apply it, and then you talk about your recommendations and then what you learned. So it looks like a lot. You need to read through it. I will keep referencing this, and we're going to take this in sections over the next few weeks and kind of work on it. But if you have any questions about it, please don't hesitate to reach out. And I'm happy to also jump on a call with some of you if you want to kind of go through it, because I know there's a lot of requirements here. It looks kind of overwhelming. But I think once you start writing it, and if you start now, and it kind of just doing section by section, then you'll be fine by the end of this unit. So I don't have a due date for this yet, but I'm thinking This will be due probably at the end of October. So, probably around the 29th-ish is what I'm thinking. But I will put out another schedule with all of the specific dates so that you know. Okay. And then after that, we do public speaking, and then the semester's over. So we're kind of nearing the midpoint here, and pretty soon we'll be working on your final presentation for the class. So if you have any questions about this, please don't hesitate to reach out. Definitely spend some time really looking at these responses, again, thinking about the patterns that are in your relationship, and then we're going to jump into some interpersonal theory over the next couple of weeks. So I hope you guys have a great week, and I will talk with you all soon.